Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to get my car inspected in Jamaica Plain, Boston. So I wanted to make a video because this is something I go through every year. Every year I have to get my car inspected. It's something pretty routine to me, but something that I didn't know before moving to Boston. So in Boston you have to get your vehicle inspected if you move here with your new car or old car. My car is pretty old. So every year you must get it inspected. Now, the reason I wanted to make a video is because I've had some really bad experiences getting my car inspected in Boston. So if you look online, there are a bunch of inspection stations and they range from like actual sort of gas station inspection stations to like actual mechanical inspection stations, like where they like fix your cars and stuff. So I've had some bad experiences having my car inspected in Boston for sure. But I want to first tell you what you need to get your car inspected. A few things you need to have to get your car inspected is one, have a car. If you have a car, you're already on your way to get it inspected. The second thing you need is, I think, the valid registration with the VIN number of the vehicle, and then you also need a valid driver's license. Because when you move in, you have to show them that you actually, have a driver's license and you have a car with valid registration that you want to inspect. I don't think they check your title because a lot of times title can be with the bank and whatnot. So if you have a car, you need the registration and driver's license and take that to your inspection station. Now these inspection stations too, you can look online where they exist, and you can often find them pretty easily online. One thing, a tip that I would give you is that check their ratings online. So I wasn't doing that initially, so I would just take my car to the closest inspection station, right, which makes sense. I don't want to travel too far, but the one that's closest to my house is a fucking scam artist. So now is a little story time for what happened when I got my car inspected at the scam inspection station really close to my apartment. So I gave him my car and in the morning and dropped off my keys on my car, and he was like, perfect, you can go about your day, go to work, go whatever, I'll text you when it's done. So inspection should cost $35. That's it. So you also need, I guess, money to get the car inspected. So I drop off my keys, drop off my car, and then I think about 3 hours later I get a call from him saying there are things severely wrong with my car. The brakes are damaged. Bitch, I was just driving the car 2 minutes ago, but whatever. So he said that the brakes are damaged. He said, I forget, the chases or something is rusted. Some weird stuff, basically telling me that there is so much stuff wrong with my car that it's dangerous to drive it outside. I'm a hazard to everybody if I'm driving my car. And I was like, okay, well, if there are so many things wrong with the car, how much does it take to fix it? And at first he was like, oh, it's gonna take $600. And I was like, I thought about it and I was like, oh man, I think he got to me. So I was like, oh my God, if there is so many things wrong with the car and I've been driving it unsafely, I was like, sure, $600 is not that much. And in retrospect, it is a lot of money. I don't know what I was thinking. So I was like, okay, why don't you fix the car? And then I think an hour later, he calls me again and he's like, also the alternator or something like that is also messed up. So I need to change that as well. And I did not even anticipate that. And then I think at that point, I knew he was trying to swindle money out of me. I already knew. And I think he quoted me the car repairs at that point to be around $1,200. He's like, it'll be around $1,000 to $1,200. It's a month's rent. He was basically asking me for a month's rent at that point. And keep in mind, an inspection costs $35. So that is how much money I was planning to spend on inspection. I didn't budget $1,200 in car repairs. I was like, you know what? Forget that. I am coming back and I need my car back and my keys back. And he's like, oh, I can't do that. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean you can't give me my car back? And he's like, by law, I am required to put a black sticker on your car that basically says that it failed inspection. And then if you drive the car anywhere and a cop sees you, you'll be fined and ticketed and your car might be impounded basically. So I was pretty naive, I think, at that point, and I let him basically, long story short, so guess what? I was pretty naive. I was a little baby back then, and I let him charged me $1,200 for the car repair. You wouldn't believe it, but it's true, I did. I was like, fuck this, I just want my car back, give me my car back. Long story short, I came home, got over this traumatic experience after a few days, looked up his reviews online. He had like 2 reviews out of 5, and review after review, specifically in like the car inspection tab, said that he's a scam artist. He scams people, tells them that the brakes are faulty, so the same shit he told me, tells them that the chassis is rusting, like the same kind of basically terms he told me. He tells everyone and makes them pay them extra money because it's easy fucking money for him. I was so livid at that point. I wanted to go confront him. I wanted to file a report online, and I did none of those things because I was like, you know what? Forget about it. This is a bad experience. I definitely was a dumbass. I beat myself up for it, don't get me wrong. But I was like, let's get over it. Let's learn from it. So what I did eventually was looked reviews online. So you have to only get it inspected once a year. So after that trauma was over, I got it inspected the next year after looking at a lot of places online and making sure that the people were actually truthful and nice. And I found this place in JP called the Arbor Way Mechanic, or Arbor Way like car repair shop. And that's where I went last year. And guess how much money they charged me? $35. They charged me $35 last year, and my car was repaired. My car was inspected in April. So yeah, I think you have to make sure that you go to somebody who you know is truthful. I didn't know that. That is a big lesson that I learned. It's a $1,200 lesson that I learned. And if anybody else can avoid that mistake, please do that. Please make sure you're going to like legit inspection people that are not scam artists. Look up reviews before you actually take your car and give them your car keys. Please, please, please do not do what I did. So that is a big lesson. So you might be wondering now, why are you walking to get your car inspected? Where your car at? Actually, I went this morning to the Arbor Way car shop, and basically he was really busy. He's like, I can't inspect your car right now, so you have to come back later, like in between like 1 to 4 p.m. So I basically parked my car nearby the car repair shop, and I decided I'll like walk or take the bus and make a video about it. Make a video about my freaking sad-ass, badass experiences about car inspection, and give you guys a tip. If you're looking to get your car inspected in Boston, specifically in Jamaica Plain, go to the Arbor Way car repair shop. I'm gonna put a clip here. So I'm waiting for the bus right now. It's right on my way. So I'll walk a little, take the bus, and then show you guys basically my car and the place where I'm getting it inspected. This is a very utilitarian video, like there is no like interesting blue boom boom about it, but this is an important video that I wanted to make to save you guys the pain of like being a dumbass like me. My car, it's an old Ford Focus. I don't want to show like the number plate and stuff for obvious reasons, and I parked it right there, like that's the Arbor Way like auto shop. He said he's busy with the electrician who seems to be still working there, so I'm gonna go ask him. So I'm sitting in the customer lounge now. He said they could take my car right now. The car is like, I don't know if you can see it, it's right there, it's standing there. So you have to leave your registration and keys in the car. They'll take care of it. I'm kind of nervous. Ever since that bad experience, I'm always nervous, like what's gonna happen, how much are they gonna charge me. But I was here last year and they only charged me $35, so I'm pretty positive. I think the only thing they wanted to replace last year was like the wiper thing. And he asked me, he's like, do you wanna have the wiper like thing replaced, film replaced? I was like, sure, and it cost me like $15 more. But it's always a nerve-wracking process since that one time. And I think that is why it's kind of comforting having you guys with me, recording my experience for you guys. It's kind of fun. I feel like I'm not alone. Believe it or not, you guys, it's actually comforting having you here. So the car is there. Ciao. Let's see how much you're gonna charge us this time. So the car is gone. They're inspecting it probably right now. Let's see what they come back with. Let's see what they tell me. Let's see what they tell me if it's like $35 or like $1,000. If I am seeming nervous, it's because I am. Let's see. Children, we're back in the car already. So literally the inspection costs like $35, which is what it's supposed to cost. I have a new sticker over there. I don't know if you can, they put a new sticker, so that says like 4/20/24, so that I don't need to get the car inspected till like next April, so April of 2024. So, oh, let me adjust the camera. So we're done. I'm so happy. Now, if you have seen my previous vlog, a JP vlog, if you have seen a previous JP vlog, I think a couple of videos ago, literally that's one of my favorite shops here in JP. It's called Juicy Greens, the green one. It's literally green and it's called Juicy Greens. They have the best matcha latte. They also have the best arepas. But I'm about to treat myself to some matcha latte and some arepas, okay? So I'm so done with this day. Car is inspected. Let's treat ourselves for a job well done, okay? Okay, I'm already back from Juicy Greens. Bag had been secured. Don't look at my dirty car, but that's the arepas, that's my matcha latte. I'm just gonna bear this traffic and just get home. I already took several bites out of it, but it looks so like it's really good. It's falling out. I'm just gonna enjoy my food now.